All right, what's up, guys? VV back with another video. And in today's video, guys, we got a lot of fun stuff to talk about. We've got Black Yellow Linlin to go over. People have been asking me to try out this deck. We got to give a shout out to the person who put this together. We'll talk about them later in the video. But before we even get into that, guys, first of all, there's not going to be any kind of VV lab today. There's not going to be a topic of the day. We're going to go straight into some games. My video is running super late, super far behind today, guys. So we got to get straight into it. But before we do that, quick spoiler warning. Hop ahead in the video. I'll have everything time-stamped if you don't want to hear any spoilers on who won U.S. Nationals. Okay, you've been warned. Okay, hop ahead now if you need to, if you don't want any spoilers. Congratulations to Michael Cross AI Imiafa, right? How awesome is that? Cross won. Second place went to Caden. I believe his last name was, actually I have it over here because I knew I was not going to remember the last names on everybody. It was Caden Kawakami. Okay, congratulations to Caden for getting second place. And guys, Cross, Michael Imiafa, Cross won on Black Yellow Luffy. We called it on the channel, guys. I predicted that. I had no idea what anyone was going to be playing, but you love to see it. Black Yellow Luffy. So of course today we're doing Black Yellow Linlin for today's video. It's in the same it's in the same spirit as Black Yellow Luffy, right? But yeah, big shout out to Cross AI, big shout out to Caden, and third place went to Jonas Abram, I believe his last name is Abram or Abraham. I can't remember exactly, but big shout out to Jonas as well for getting third place. Awesome. What a weekend of One Piece. Now, let's go ahead and get into today's video, guys. Like I said, there's not going to be any kind of VV Lab. There's not going to be any kind of topic of the day. We got to get straight into it. I'm running super far behind on today's video. We got 3 games of Black Yellow Linlin, and then we're going to check out the deck list and where I got it from, because this is not my creation. I got to give credit where it's due after this video. But people have been messaging me saying, hey, try out this list this guy came up with, and we're gonna give credit where it's due, of course, but we're going to try it out in today's video. Okay, and I'll have everything time-stamped in the general description, as usual, and I'll have all relevant deck lists and links in the comment section below. Okay, guys? All right, let's do this. Let's get into it. First things first, guys. Here we go. We got a game of Red Yellow Sabo versus Black Yellow Linlin. This match hurt me on a personal level. These are my 2 favorite leaders, right, of all time so far in the game's, history, however you want to say that. These are my absolute 2 favorite leaders. So volume is off, speed is on 2x, and here we go. I'm always happy to see that people are playing Red Yellow Sabo, but I hate playing against Red Yellow Sabo because, it's my baby. That deck is one of my absolute favorites. So here we go. That's right, guys. That is a Charlotte Pudding. My opponent has to choose a card from their hand. If they have 5 or more cards in hand, they have to choose a card from their hand and trash it. Now, it took my opponent a while to pick, so I was about to go and type to them and say, hey, man, you got to choose a card to discard just in case they were not aware. Because sometimes people don't know what some of these cards do, or they might not be familiar with the user interface of the program. So here we go. They finally discarded Kikanojo. They're going to swing in for 5 because they went first. They're going to swing for 5 more. I need to get out of one of these attacks, but check this out, guys. That 4-cost Kuzan, guess what he does? 4 costs, 5,000 power, 1k counter, on play. You may put a character that costs 3 or less at the top or bottom of your opponent's life, and then they have to trash a card. So that's right, we went Charlotte Pudding into Kuzan. They've had to trash 2 cards, and a card off their board is now in their life. We're slowing them down. We're getting cards out of hand. We're hurting them in every way we can. Attacking for 5 there was a mistake, in my personal opinion, but that's okay. We'll deal with it later. So they swing in for 7. They're going to swing in for 8, and they're going to push back the Satori to life. Honestly, guys, Satori makes them trash a card, too, for a trigger. So there is some, there's some idea to actually push them to use that here. But we're going to play this the safe way, guys. We're just going to trash a card, I believe. We're going to play out the Nico, Robin, or the Charlotte Linlin. I don't have any cards in hand, so I don't want to play out the Charlotte Linlin, so we're just going to have them trash it. Now, real quick, notice this curve. We have to pause and talk about this. This is a curve that is really interesting. Going second, Black Yellow Linlin. Turn 1, Charlotte Pudding. Turn 2, Kuzan. Turn 3, Nico, Robin. Turn 4, Katakuri for now, but in the future, I think it will need to be the 8-cost Eustace Kid from OP10. And then turn 5, 10-cost Linlin. That's pretty disgusting, guys. That's absolutely, totally disgusting. And we are going to be exploring that a lot more when it comes out. Those are some ideas that I had. Like, I had the 6, 8, 10 curve already worked out, but I hadn't thought about the 2 and 4 curve that this person came up with, or whoever came up with this deck originally. Really cool idea. We'll talk about that more later. Okay, here we go. So we have just made them trash a life here. They're not getting anything back to hand. But looking back, I think I should have swung for 5 to make him trash a card and then trash the next one. But we have 10 cost Linlin. Seems good. We'll take that as well. That'll be next turn, though. But here we go, guys. Do y'all remember what black-yellow Linlin does? That's right. We will swing for 7, and we will trash a card. We'll trash the 6 cost Linlin. I'm not a big fan of the 6 cost Linlin. I'll try to remember to talk about that later, but we get to gain a life. They did not get a trigger. Their turn. Swing for 8. Swing for 7. With the leader playing out the koala, very nice. That's going to help them get more effect, get way more power over the course of the game if it sticks. And they're going to swing for 7. I need to get out of this one, to be honest. We'll use the 0 cost 3K to get out of this, trashing the other Kuzan. Here we go, guys. Time to slam the 10 cost Linlin. I'm thinking about it, and yep, that's the right call 1,000,000% of the time. There is some argument to start attacking here, but if you start giving them too many triggers, you could just lose, right? So here we go. I go ahead and swing for 5 because I'm thinking like, okay, even if they get a trigger, they might want to start going at the board, and then they counter it out. And I start thinking, okay, well, let's see how far we can push this. They counter out again, and then I think we're going to swing 6 more, maybe? No, cancel. I like that. Don't let them have the card from life. Okay, so there's Goldie Roger. They're going to play that out. We're going to get a Frankie, guys. Frankie is so nice when you get him like this. He's going to swing for 6. We'll counter out with the other Frankie. And here we go. They're back up to 4 life because, man, that 1 cost koala lets them put the Goldie Roger back into their life on the turn they played it. So it's like an 11 dawn turn. Absolutely incredible. And here we go. We're going to swing in for 5. They give me a 2K counter. Okay, so that changes things a little bit, right? I think that should change things a little bit here because we don't have to continue to swing in. We do need to swing in for 7 to gain a life. That's the safe route here. They'll take this. They only have 1 card. They can't counter out of it. And then we can play out the Gadatsu here, popping the koala to get that value off the board. That was way too much value. And now we have some very relevant attacks here. I like just passing. I don't think we're in any rush to swing in here, guys. Let's just pass and see. That's why. What if they had gotten a trigger body and that kid and killer? I might have lost the game right there. Very nice. So we got a... Let me explain how important that entire interaction was right there against Red Yellow Sabo. They were going to life the kid and killer and get more potential turns in the future. But now, because we got the Nami trigger and we had a trigger in hand to use, and we could cycle it because we were down to, like, I think 3 cards left in hand, we were able to pop the card they had on the board, get it out of there. Now they can't life the card, and now they can only swing for 9 with their leader, and okay, sure, I guess I'll just take it and swing for lethal next turn. So that was a massive turn for us right there, guys. A massive turn. Okay, they're going to swing for 9 into 5. That is pretty ugly. That's pretty gross. But here we go. We're going to swing for 7. Let's see what they do here. The only thing that can stop us now is a beige. And guys, Red Yellow Sabo typically does not run beige, or you're the one who should disappear. Some decks do, but hey, we know what his last life is. We set it there with the Kuzan. 7's going to go, it's going to get met with that. We swing for 7 more. This has to, okay, I was going to say they had to counter out of that, but it didn't matter. Calls. So we were going to go 7, 9, 12. There's just simply no way out, right? This is a mathematical win at this point. They can't get out of it. That's what I've always loved that about Black Yellow Linlin. If you can stabilize, you can really start controlling the pace of the game, and it feels really, really good. Okay, that was a good matchup. Red Yellow Sabo. I'm sorry, Red Yellow Sabo. You're still my favorite, I promise, but we had to play around some Black Yellow Linlin today. Okay, so that was against Sabo. This next one's against Nico Robin. You might be thinking, like, okay, this is probably a pretty tough matchup for Black Yellow Linlin because you lose a lot of life and you don't get your triggers. Yes and no. Because we can gain life. Okay, yeah, we do lose our access to triggers, but that's okay. We get access to just gaining life. Now, if he's only going to swing for 6 here, he's thinking about if he wants to use the trigger or the when attacking, he uses it to ramp it on. We're going to 2K counter out of a 6, okay? We're not just going to give them free life with Banish, right? We're not just going to give him free life. Okay, we play out the Kuzan, pushing that card to life, and now he has to trash a card. Trashes Sanji. He's down to 3 cards in hand. We are not even attacking, guys. We got a 9-cost Yamato coming down later, and hopefully some 10-cost Linlins. Okay, they're going to swing 5. Again, I'm not just going to give them these free hits with a leader. That's fine if I have to waste cards in hand. I'd rather not lose the life because that gives me more time to set up, and it makes my Yamatos even stronger. They do hit me with a Nico Robin, but hey, 2 can play at that game. We hit their life. It was another Nico Robin, and now it's 3 life to 4 life. They are still beating me. They are still ahead. We got to be careful here. Okay. My board is actually getting fairly strong. They can still deal with it with cards like Yamato. They can still deal with it with cards like, what's her name, Nami. You know, there are answers here. But yeah, we got to be careful. All right, they're swinging for 6 without banish. I like that. We'll take that. They play out the Luffy. They're going to swing in for 10. Okay, it doesn't have banish, then I'm not really too upset. I'm not really too scared. So here we go. 6 and a 6. Let's see what they want to give me. They only have 3 cards in hand, guys, and I can swing 6 3 times. So they have to give me everything. They can't, it can't survive. Like, I will not let that card survive. Okay, they very wisely let it go. And now we're going to go 11, I believe. Or was this 12? I can't do math. 3, 6, 11. We're going to go 11 into 10. They'll probably be able to save it, but we are going to trash a card to gain a life. Okay, I think they save it. I can't remember. Yeah, they give me a 0-cost 3K. Nice. Got 2 cards out of hand. We're at 2 life. We're doing just fine. Because even if they have another 9-cost Luffy, that's not an issue. I mean, it's not a good thing, but then we can get out of it. Okay, coming in for 10 with banish. Sure, whatever. Seems good. We don't like that. We're not a big fan of that. And now they're going to swing 13 into 6. Pause. So I think they should have gone at face. I don't think they realize how important it is right here for me to stay at 1 life. Right? Not because of Yamato. It has nothing to do with that. It's about comfort. It's about a level of cushion. Because now I can just go 13 into this Luffy, or 12. 12, or, it doesn't matter because I can't get around it. I'll just go 12 or 13 into the Luffy and gain a life. And now what? I've taken your threat off the board. I still have my Kuzan, and I'm up to 2 life. He doesn't know this, but I have double Yamato in hand. So I'm actually feeling completely fine right now. I think he should have gone 13 into my face, because what's the worst? He's not saving the Luffy, right, guys? We do have to call it for, and again, I'm not trying to be critical or anything like that, but this was a slight inaccuracy, and we're even going to bring that up real quick, guys. I haven't brought up the accuracy meter in a while. That was a slight inaccuracy, because going for my Nico Robin is I was hoping they did that, right? Because, okay, you're not saving that Luffy under any circumstance. So, if they swing 13 into my 6, I get to save a life card. That Nico Robin just acted as like an 8K counter, right? Like a 5, 8, like a 9K counter. We'll take it every single time. So that was a slight inaccuracy on my opponent's play. It's, whoops, took off the wrong thing. It's not that it was a bad play. It's just that there was a more optimal play in my opinion. Like, yes, it does slow me down, but remember, I'm not attacking her life anyway. I think she wants me to attack life at this point so she can get triggers and start getting cards, or getting cards in hand. So now, just like I said, we're loading up for 13, and we're going straight into that Luffy. He can't get out of it because he has 1 card in hand and no Dawn active. Swinging for 13, trashing the Charlotte Pudding. I don't need that anymore, and I'm gaining a life. I'm back up to 2. It's your turn. What do you want to do? And by the way, I can just keep doing that if I have to, right? I will keep doing that until I can get around it, until he stops dropping huge characters. Okay, so he's going to swing for 9 with banish. You hate to see it. We are going to have to take that, unfortunately. It was a Gadatsu, though. We didn't lose a trigger or anything. Not the worst thing in the world. And they're going to load it for 9. Swing 9 into 5. We'll take that. Nice. You'd love to see it. I've been waiting for that card. We have been waiting for that card. So I think right here we're going to go 5, not with the Kuzan. I think we're going to go 5 into the Onami with the leader. I don't want him to get access to my Kuzan yet. I want him to have to waste removal on that or something, right? I don't just want to give him the Kuzan. I'm about to gain life this turn. Okay, play that out. Trashing his top life card. Nice. It was a Sanji. That was a pretty relevant target to hit. Those Sanjis go crazy late game, guys. Those Sanjis tapping down stuff, you know, blockers, getting right through them and going for lethal. That card is serious. That could win him the game right here. Like, if he had that, I would have to trash like every card in my hand to get out of it. Because I think he'd be able to go 7, 8. He'd be able to swing 7, 8, and that would have been brutal. Okay, plays out Kikanojo into Nico Robin. This is fine for me, though, because I can now finally play out my Yamato since I slowed him down. We can trash or KO the Kikanojo. He can have the life. I'm fine with it, because I'm going to keep gaining life, right? Theoretically, that's my goal here. I want to keep gaining life. And I have to say, guys, again, this is not my list that we're playing today. I'm going to show that off after this. Someone else came up with in the community. I think their name is Not Enough, or not something enough. NBE is what I titled this one, because that was like an abbreviation. We'll show that off after the 3 games. They're going to swing in for 8 with Vanish. We can finally counter out of something effectively. But guess what? That card has got to go. That Nico Robin, It's out of here. We're not going to let it stay. Okay, so right here, we're going to swing 6 into it. I can spare 1 Dawn because of the Yamato. Okay, well, he ended up taking it, so we're just going to gain a life, and now we almost have enough to start swinging for lethal. Guys, I'm not trying to slow play this guy. I'm trying to be intelligent. Remember, they're running a lot of triggers, just like me, so I can't just attack in and chance it, because if I give him trigger into trigger into trigger, I just lose the game. So don't think I'm trying to slow play this guy or BM him. This is all calculated. All of this is calculated. Okay, he's going to swing 10 into 5. I have to take it, of course, you know, and that was banished. He's going to use Nami, going to pop Kuzan. Okay, but we have a Nami to match theirs, and we have 5 or less cards in hand, so we're going to be, or excuse me, 3 or less cards in hand, so we're going to be able to cycle. We get to get that suit. That's fine. Nothing too crazy. In fact, I think what I probably should have done here was actually just play, excuse me, I'm trying to gain a life. So we swing in. They have a Frankie trigger that they just drew from. They did not keep it as a 2K counter. They cycled a card with it. Seems good. As long as it wasn't a body trigger, we're good. They're at 3 life. We got him up against the ropes now. He swings in. Oh, look, it was a Frankie, guys. I would have got that to the board if it wasn't banished. Okay, they popped my Nami there. And here we go, guys. I think it might finally be time to attack in. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Okay, there we go. And now it's probably going to be 9, 9, 12. He only has 3 cards in hand. Let's see what happens. But remember, guys, if he has a beige, now then I won't be able to win. I have to stop. I have to stop attacking. But who knows? I probably wouldn't lose on the crackback, but do you really want to take that chance after a game this long? Like, guys, we're on turn 10, right? This ended up being like a 15-minute long game. It's like, okay, I just don't want to throw this. Your turn. There's no way you're going to beat me now. No matter what you draw, there's no way you're going to get around what I have now. So we'll 1K out. We'll actually take that one. They play out a 10 cost. I probably should have gone for it, guys, last turn, but hey, we're fine. Now we're going in for 9. Any trigger? They got a Frankie. They're trying to cycle through. Swinging for 9. We know their final card because we said it there with Kuzan. It's not a you're the one who should disappear. Okay, what do? I'm not sure what they're doing now. Okay, it was some type of cycle effect. We're coming in for 12. They don't have it. It was GG. Okay, because, guys, we still had 10 Dawn. It was going to be swing 12, swing 12, swing 15. They can't get out of it. GG. That was a lot of fun. That was a good game. Nico Robin, man, I think once we figured this leader out, it might be something special. We'll have to see. It might need a little bit more support, though. All right, last game, guys, we got against Purple Black King. This game was not as long as the others, but this was a fun one here. This was very enjoyable. Okay, we're going to start off with the pudding. Now they have to trash a card. I love going second with this deck. The 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 curve goes crazy. It's really a 2, 4, 6, 10 curve or a 2, 4, 6, 9, 10 curve, but still, it's not too bad. Okay, we take that. We've got 3 Linlins in hand. Do you guys see where this game's going? Not in a good direction for our opponent. We're going to swing for 7. Let's see what they do. I was hoping they'd counter out because then I was going to hit him with this negative hollow. They have to discard a card at random. It was the 10 cost Kaido. Let's go. We'll take it every time. Good stuff there. They're going to play out the Charlotte Brûlée. Nice blocker. Swing in for that. And unfortunately, that's a 4 cost target. We can't hit it with the 4 cost Kuzan. We'll swing it for 5. They take it after using Nico Robin to trash their top life card, which I think was another Brûlée. They swing in for 11. Sure, we'll take it because we can just gain life, right? So we'll swing in for 7 first with the Nico Robin. We'll see what they do. Yep. It would be very it'd be very wise to get out of that. Very good. They get out of it, so now we're just going to fully load up. We're going to swing in for 10. It's going through for sure. We're going to trash a Linlin to draw a card or to gain a life. And your turn, I still have 2 other Linlins he doesn't know about. But we're only on 8 Dawn that turn. This turn will be on 10 Dawn, and it should just be a wrap. Oh, I remember this game. Watch this, guys. They're about to attack. You won't believe what trigger I get. I saw this trigger a lot when I was testing, guys. It just came up all the time, man, from gaining life and stuff like that. It's kind of like an L where you keep gaining life over and over again at like 2 or less life. So watch this. Boom. Frankie, we draw a card, and we get to play it out. Slam down the Linlin. There goes your life. Swing 5, swing 5, swing 6. Even if they survive, guys, look at my hand. There is no way we're losing next turn. I hate to spoil it for you guys, but yeah, it's over at this point. If you can get to this point in a game, and if you can hit your curve that aggressively with trigger support, it is over. Okay, swings in for 6. I've got a 2K. If he swings in for 6 more, I've got a 1K, 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 and a 0 cost 3K. So 5 1Ks, guys. Okay, I take it. We get a beige. Oh, I feel bad for this guy. That was... Sometimes, guys, that's why a lot of people don't like playing against yellow. Sometimes the triggers, it's not that it won me that game. This guy had absolutely no chance, right? There was no way he was going to survive, right? Because he only had one more attack, and if it was for 7, I could have used the 2K counter beige anyway if it was any other 2K counter and a 1K from my hand, and I went on the crackback. But it's just a simple matter of, like, this is why a lot of people don't like playing into yellow because of the triggers. But, guys, got to try to play around it to the best of your ability, and it can be very, very hard. And that is one thing I will say. If I ever revisit Purple Black King, I think I was only running like 2 of the 9-cost Linlins. I think I need to go up to 4 because, guys, gaining life is just so massive. It's such a big deal. Blockers are a big deal. Gaining life is a big deal. Removal is a big deal. You know, that's just something to always keep in your mind when you're playing. Okay, those games were awesome. Those games were so much fun. Let's go ahead and check this out real quick, guys. It should be this one right here. Can y'all see it? Let me move my head. Big shout out to this guy here. I've never met them, but it's a channel called Not Bad Enough. Make sure to check them out, guys. Let me go full screen. Whoops, I went full screen with my with my OBS over here. There we go. We'll go full screen. Big shout out to this guy, Not Bad Enough, for making this. Look at this. He put this video out 6 days ago. 5K views. Absolutely, because, guys, it's got black, yellow, Linlin on the front. It's got the best leader out there, right? No, but seriously, this is a list. Go check out their video. I will link in the comment section below. This is the list I was running is just copy paste of what you see on the screen here. It was not my list at all. It's just, I just straight up copy pasted it. And if you watch the beginning of this video, he got the idea from some random person he was playing against on the sim. He was just playing against a random player, and he's like, dude, look what this deck does. How cool is that? And I think that's where he got the idea from, if I understood the video correctly. So again, big shout out to them. I'll leave their channel linked in the description. Make sure to go check them out, okay? Not Bad Enough. Looks like they're an upcoming channel, 1,000 subs. Good stuff, man. That's a good start. So, and hey, they got class, they got style. Black, yellow, Linlin fan. We take it every single time. Okay. So real quick, what I will say though, I will go to the deck list really quickly so we can at least go over it. They were running, again, this is their list, Not Bad Enough's list. 4 Perona, 4 Charlotte Pudding, 4 Linlin, the 10 cost, 4 Beige, 4 Yamato, 4 Gadatsu, 4 Frankie, 4 Nami, 4 Kuzan, 4 Nico Robin, 4 Charlotte Linlin, the 6 cost, 4 Negative Hollow. Pause and read this if you don't know what this card does, guys. What an absolute nuisance. We didn't really see it that much in the games I played, but I mean, it's running 4. And then 2, you're the one who should disappear. So as you can see, this is obviously just a beginning, like, shell of the deck. These are all 4 ofs and then a 2 of like a really strong 0-cost card, right? So this is just like the beginnings of what could potentially be a very strong deck in the future. And I think as we go on, if this card right here can become this card right here, then I think we're going to be cooking, guys. We're going to be in the kitchen for real. Because this card, so pause and read what it does. This is just a proxy card in the place of it for now. This is a real card that's out in the East. It's from OP 10. It is Eustace Kid, 8 cost 9K. On play, rest this character, trash up to 1 card from the top of your opponent's life cards. Guys, do y'all understand how wicked? This is a curve I've been talking about for a long time. Going turn 3, where is it? Nico Robin. Excuse me. Going second, right? If we're going second on turn 3, 6th on turn, Nico Robin, trash the top card of your life. Into turn 4, Eustace Kid, trash the top card of your life. Into turn 5, Charlotte Linlin, trash the top card of your life. Yeah, who would have guessed it, right? Trash the top card of your life. This would just be so incredible, guys. It would be so strong. At least it could be. There's so much potential here. And one thing I will say that I would like to work into the deck, you won't believe it, another card, like what we're talking about. Where is he at? Basil Hawkins, 4 cost, 5K, 1K counter, on KO, trash a card from the top of their life. Just an absolute burn dot deck. It will just be the most, it'll be a nuisance to play against. But I will say this, we'll have to do some adjustments here and there. Like maybe we go down like 1 Yamato, down 1 of what I think should, I think the 8 cost card, Eustace Kid, should just replace this one. I was not having a lot of success with it, but you know, to each their own. Your mileage may vary, right? To each their own. If you like this card, then run it, right? But other than that, guys, maybe we go down to 4 Capone, or stay at 4 Capone Gang Beige, go down to 2 Frankies, and then go down one of what will be the Eustace Kid and 1 of what is the 9 cost Yamato, and then just go 4 of the Basil Hawkins. Just so we have more early triggers, we have more ways to trash their life, and it just becomes this total migraine for your opponent. And I have to say, guys, Kuzan plus Gadatsu / Yamato / Gadatsu, It's pretty good, guys. It's a pretty nice little combo because remember, you're jamming down a 4-cost 5K. You're slamming this down, pushing back the 3-cost card they played last turn, pushing it into their life, making their life go up to like 5 or 6, right? Perfect. Now, Gadatsu on the following turn, pop a 5 or a 6 or less, right? A 5-cost, 6 less, whatever they have for their life. And then later in the game, you still have Yamato to come down and pop even more. It could be so strong, guys. This is a very interesting list. I'm keeping my eye on it. Of course, I'll always be thinking of cards to go well in black, yellow, Linlin. Some card that people always try to mention, even though it's not really the direction for this particular deck. There's a card that everyone wants to always talk about. Where is it? Charlotte Angel. This card is really good, but it's not quite what we're trying to do for this version of Black Yellow Linlin. This would be much more of a hand control, or well, more like hand destruction, life burn Black Yellow Linlin, but this might be the future, guys, what we're seeing on the screen here. Again, big shout out to Not Bad Enough and whoever it is that he got the idea from, because I think it was someone he ran into on the sim randomly. Some really cool stuff going on here. Okay? All right, I'm done, guys. Short video for today. We've been on a short video spree. Don't worry. I'm sure eventually we'll get back into the normal swing of things as the new year continues through and progresses. But, you know, we're still getting out of the holiday spirit, so, you know, bear with me. I've been running so late with these videos. Okay, we're done, guys. So let me go ahead and head over to the play mats real quick. Let me shrink my head down. Big shout out to everybody who supports the channel. Whether you're liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, viewing, whatever you're doing, thank you so much for the support. Everybody on here, guys, the VV Pirates playmat supporters, thank you guys so much. I hope you guys are enjoying your playmats. And last but not least, the patrons, thank you guys so much for helping me out in the ways you do. Just trying to keep the channel going, keep the dream alive. All right, we're done. Hope y'all enjoyed. Please do not forget to like and subscribe. And until next time, guys, peace.